Alright guys, let's do floor 68 today, which is an annoying floor once again. I mean, all of the floors after kind of 65-ish are very annoying so far. But the tricky thing about this one is that every now and then this enemy has an attack which can drain away your curse energy and also suck away your ultimate energy, and it actually allows him to accelerate his ult by one extra turn as well, which is very annoying. And as a result, whenever you see him use that move, a lot of time you just kind of need to restart the battle. Once again, very annoying. I could take you quite a few retries till you get a lucky run where he didn't actually use that attack at all. But once he did use that attack, basically his curse energy is an AoE, it also hits really hard, etc. So you want to avoid that. And the way you're going to avoid it is basically actually try to break him as soon as possible. And you almost want to do a back-to-back break. And basically the whole idea is you want to delay how fast he can actually release his ult. In fact, in my run later on, which we'll see in my gameplay, he didn't get to ult at all. And the reason why I'm able to delay off this is because, first of all, I'm using Domain Gojo, which will be reducing his ult energy by 1 whenever I use Domain Expansion, and I'll be doing that twice. And then the second thing, which is kind of key here, is that you want to use Red Yuji, and the main skill you want to use is actually going to be his skill 2, because this actually gives insane amount of break damage, and because all 3 of your other characters are all red, and in fact he can also do hit quite hard as well. Basically the idea is that you will literally be breaking the enemy as soon as he come out the break state, and that will buy you enough time so that he won't be able to actually release his ult, and you can just kill him before he is able to actually do any real harm to him. So that's kind of why I'm not actually using Red Yuji here as a damage DPS. I mean, he would have used one attack towards the end, but vast majority of the time it's more for the support purpose of just increasing his break damage, and that's going to be the crucial thing here. Okay, now in terms of the recollection choices, I'll put on this one because you actually want to increase the damage for your whole team, and also this one, when your ult energy is actually max, you'll be doing more damage dealt to yourself as well, which is actually quite nice because vast majority of the time I am not actually using Red Yuji to attack. I'm literally just spamming his skill 2, as we will see in my gameplay later on. So therefore his ult will be full for a very long time, and by the time I use it, I get damage dealt on pretty much the only attack I'm going to use on him, which is his ultimate, and that will hit really hard as well. Now in terms of the other recollection choices, I have this one. This one is just basically the best one for physical damage on your ult. So if you do have it, use it. Otherwise you can use like minded sister, or maybe even this one instead, but you probably need to play around with the turn timing because the cooldown is slightly different. Play with the strong, you can also use this one instead. This is definitely going to be the best choice. This one, this recollection is going to be nice because it kind of allow you to charge up ult very fast, and also when you leave, you can give curse energy to your Yoga and enemy so that they have more curse energy to do more of their buff, and also you raise the damage down to your whole team, which once again is going to be nice. And then Unity is going to be a mandatory. That's kind of a mandatory whenever you want to use Domain Gojo to ult twice. But and then this one is not actually necessary, but it removes a bit of the RNG element, which is why I use it. Basically, the main thing with this is that you will see me not actually using it for the very first domain because I don't need it in order to charge on my Domain Gojo for the very first domain. However, for the second time around, basically if I use this, I can make sure my Domain Gojo can charge up fully the second round. Now you will actually see in my gameplay later on, I actually managed to charge on my Domain Gojo second ult 1 turn earlier than I intended because he actually landed the break on the enemy, and therefore that gave him an extra boost of the ult. However, the idea is that you don't actually want to use domain expansion that turn, so that's kind of why even though I have my domain expansion ready, I actually waited one extra turn before using it. And the reason why I waited an extra turn is because I need to time it with my Toji's ultimate attack, so that when my Yuji comes, I can do 2 stacks of the break damage before my Toji actually uses his ult. So that's kind of the reason. And basically, if you do not have this regression, it's still absolutely fine. But you just have to make sure your Gojo actually meant to break the enemy. Obviously, having this regression, it basically means even if Gojo is not the one who broke it, for example, it's my Yaga and enemy using their combo attack to break it, or my Toji actually meant to break it, then still fine. I can still get my Domain Gojo to charge up his second ult in time. But obviously, it's just basically whether you want to play with that RNG and whether you need your Gojo to actually break it, because sometimes it's not actually that easy to control who's going to be the one actually breaking the enemy boss, to get that ult gain. So that's kind of why I decided to play this, just to get a bit of extra consistency, and I don't need to play around with too many resets.